Huaguan, you little lentings.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yo, what's going on, friends? How's it going? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. As always, I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea news, of which, as always, there's lots being spoken about in the mainstream footballing media for us to react to together. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the new kit. I like it. I genuinely really do. We'll speak about that. Apparently, Christopher Nkunku could be off to Juventus. I suppose it's good that there's another potential suitor out there for the French attacker. More on Rodrygo. Real Madrid, Galactico wants out. Is there a way we could pay his wages? Interesting. I do want to speak about wages a little bit as well. Many of you rightly picked up on the Osimhen video yesterday and corrected me on some stuff there. We'll speak about that. And Benjamin Sesko, the player that I've been very firm on, that I would be happy for us to sign over no one, but he doesn't quite tickle me fancy. And I found something maybe that's made me feel a little bit better about the forward, of course, the young 21-year-old that both Arsenal and Chelsea have long scouted. Genuinely, loads of work's been done in terms of scouting and, you know, profiling, etc., etc. And one thing's for sure, he is a proper striker. We're short, though. We're short of those. So thank you for joining me. It's lovely to have you here, my friend. If you want to show some sweet love and affection, or just a bit of kindness, drop a like on the video. You are welcome to subscribe. Should you choose to do so, you should hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Right, that's creepy. Look, let's start off with this. Bam. This is off Cy Phillips's X account. This is the new Chelsea home kit for next season, and I must say, I really like it. I like the whole thing collectively. I like the little, the understated pattern. Of course, we've gone historically too radical on the shirt pattern before. I like the little neck trim, the little white bit. I like, I like all of it, really. Chelsea badge, modern Chelsea badge. Shorts look good, the trim, the socks, the accents, colours. I must say, I genuinely think it's wicked. Some more, this is it, closer up. I genuinely think slap a sponsor on that and we're winning the Premier League. That's how it works, you know. This is the pre-match kit, as you can see here. It's all seemingly got Bing X on. There is the goalkeeper kit. There you go. There's a lad in it as well, but that's the goalkeeper kit, which is fine, I think. Looks cool, but I do really like that first team kit. I think it looks really cool. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section below. I think the away kit looks mustard as well, mate. Like the vertical lines down the middle. I really like it. I mean, I wouldn't want the same stuff every season. I actually quite like how kits fluctuate every season. But I like both the home and away kit. And I haven't always said that of late. So that's a little bit of a treat. Of course, you may differ to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on that. Before we get all Rodrygo-y and strikery, this story about Christopher Nkunku is coming from Il Bianco Nero. Tutto bene. La donna beve l'acqua. The woman drinks water. That's all I got. This is a translated news article, so forgive the broken, fragmented English that potentially might come out of my mouth. Now, among Juventus's summer priority, there is certainly that of renewing and, above all, strengthening the offensive department. If Victor Osimhen, that guy again, still represents the number one objective in this sense, there's several tracks that the black and white club continue to monitor. Trust me, guys, if you're looking for Victor Osimhen, Nkunku isn't your guy. Take it from me from experience. Actually, no, don't listen to me. Buy the player. According to what was reported by Tuttosport, the new name to add to the larger list is that of Christopher Nkunku, a striker owned by Chelsea, but who with the Blues only has intermittently managed to express a pure talent. And he does have talent. Let's not be, silly here. He's a very good attacking footballer that, if he's motivated and integrated appropriately, will have a good effect to whoever he plays for. He's also on Juve's radar, a profile that, due to his age and characteristics, would seem to fit the guidelines of the new black and white project. Of course, they've still got Motta as the coach, haven't they? Yeah, fine. Another club in for him. So what have we got? You know, there's some talks of return to Leipzig. I think it's unlikely. Bayern Munich feels like the most likely, depending on what happens next with them, with Vincent Kompany. Of course, reigning Bundesliga champions, Harry Kane won a trophy, the curse is lifted, etc., etc. And let's talk about PSG. I mean, he is quite a fluid player. Obviously, they under Luis Enrique, they like to play that fluid, interchangeable front three. I just don't think he's that guy. He's so direct. He's such a runner, Nkunku, that I don't think he'd fit. But he is a great player. It's nice to hear those suitors. Let's move on. I'm just going to pause the recording while I sip my coffee. Right. Rodrygo. Yeah? Indulge me. Galactico. I know I've got a good authority that he isn't overly happy with Real Madrid, not because they're pony, but because I always thought like he was a kind of just a right winger, but he's being farmed out on the right. He wants to play on the left. I heard in the Totally Football show this morning, or was it the Guardian Football Weekly? One of them was analysing the Clasico, and they were talking about the Real Madrid rebuild under Xabi Alonso, and they were speaking about players that want to play on the left. And I was thinking, yeah, Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. True. But also, Rodrygo wants to play on the left, where he can cook. He's a good player, he demonstrates immense ability, but he'll be better on the left. We're looking for a left-sided winger. He's 24 years old, he's under 25. This is the kind of thing that gets the Chelsea sporting directors all excited. I would also like to reference the comments of Eden Hazard, Chelsea great, when being interviewed by John Obi Mikel on his podcast a few months ago now. How long it was? Maybe a year ago? It was a while ago. Really great and really insightful. It's just fun. I love listening to Hazard. It's so rare. He never goes on podcasts. He did it for his mate, Mikel. But they were speaking about Jude Bellingham and Vinny Jr. and these players at Real Madrid, and he's like, mate, but Rodrygo is the one for me. He said, I'm a fan of Rodrygo. He's my guy. And with Eden Hazard saying that, I found that really interesting. Like, out of all these attacking, the plethora of attacking Real Madrid talent, he was like, yeah, Rodrygo. What Eden says is all right by me. Look, let's be real for a moment here. I think Chelsea, if they could convince Rodrygo to join them, and he wants to go to another project and be the talisman, and be a starting superstar, which he would be at Chelsea, Chelsea would pay the transfer fee for him. Of that, I have no doubt. We are safe in PSR. We're selling freaking hotels and women's football teams, and we'll make loads of money in transfer fees, and we'll have Club World Cup money, which is a lot. We'll, got Demac money. We'll get a new sponsor. Chelsea will have money to spend on transfers, and they've shown these new guys who are in Chelsea time and time again that they'll spend if they want a large amount of money on a player. And of course, if Bowley's involved, we know it's been clear late Claudio, like he does like superstar marquee signings, like he wanted to sign Ronaldo and yada yada yada. So they're not averse to it. Of course, the elephant in the room is wages. Sport Witness cites Sport, the publication Sport, and says Chelsea have contacted the forward. Now, I want to talk about wages here for a second, because yesterday I uploaded about Victor Osimhen's wages, and I worked it out, and it was like 200k a week, and I was like, what? But many of you guys explained how it's after tax he wants that money. So actually the demands of Victor Osimhen are actually over £400,000 a week. And what I'm going to show you in a moment, look, guys, don't get me wrong, if Osimhen ends up in a Chelsea shirt next season, I'm going to be nothing but ecstatic, yeah? But I'm just, for the purpose of balance and playing devil's advocate, we have to speak about everything. So that's incredible, insane money, 400 plus K a week, for a very good striker. But talking about upsetting the apple cart, I didn't mind upsetting the dressing room a little bit by, oh, that guy earns 30% more than us, but 4 times as much as, say, Cole Palmer, your superstar, 3.5 times as much as Cole Palmer. Suddenly you're thinking, is this worth it? Are you definitely just going to score 50 goals in the Premier League and we're going to win the league and everything's going to be fine and everyone's going to love you in the dressing room? It's tough. So, yes, it suddenly makes it a little bit more, so I wonder if Chelsea were offering him in that summer, deadline. They were offering him, the starting wage of double Cole Palmer. Like, for them, significant wages. Like, yeah, you're wicked. You're going to get paid more than everyone else in this team. But he wants way more than everyone else in the team. It suddenly becomes difficult. And, of course, enter Rodrygo. Now, he's going to be on silly money, yeah? Let's just Google it now. Rodrygo, Real Madrid salary. Yes. Well, he's on similar to Osimhen, yeah? So he's on the 12.5 million euros. So I think he's on an extra million a year than Osimhen. Again, although actually I'm looking now on salarysport.com. Don't shoot the messenger, yeah? Salarysport.com is saying he earns £198,000 per week, which is a 10.2 or 3 million pound a year salary. So this is, I guess, is it after tax? I think, because remember, Nico Williams wants 250k a week. That's more than 50k a week than Rodrygo. And take a gentle stroll down theoretical, hopeful lane with me, guys, just for a moment. Yeah? Just for a moment. And say, right, I earn loads. I'm 20. How old is he? 24. He's young. I earn loads of money at Real Madrid. I'm going to earn loads of money no matter what. Real Madrid are not, they're hardly a failed Galactico project. But he's like, look, there's no chance now I'm playing on the left. Because even if, Mbappe's down the middle and Vinny's on the left, they both sort of drift onto the left space to occupy. I'm never going to do my best work here. Chelsea are an exciting team in terms of young, wicked talent coming together. There's a space there. I can be that guy there. And, London, Madrid's lovely, but London's southwest London's nice, mate. As well. Come down to the metropolis. I mean, if he's 200k a week and say to be the guy, just doesn't necessarily drop his wages, but makes that a structured wage salary. Let's move on, but All right, so striker. I do want to speak a little bit. There's on footballfancast.com. There's an article that clickbaited me. Why Benjamin Sesko, the next Erling Haaland, because he's come from the RB setup, I guess, would be a better signing than Osimhen. Firstly, lol. Secondly, they show these stats per 90, okay? And yeah, let's have a look. So this is how he compares to Osimhen. Osimhen's done really well this season. This is coming from FB Ref, so it's legit. So games played, 32 to 28. Goals and assists. Osimhen has less games played, but 11 more goals and assists. Of course, he's playing for Galatasaray in the Turkish league. Sesko is 21 years old, playing for Leipzig in the big bad Bundesliga, which is a relative, quite a higher level of football. Interestingly, Sesko has a better shot accuracy than Osimhen. I imagine he takes a lot less shots because he gets a lot less goals. So obviously that would have skewed that. But remember, we're talking about superstar Osimhen, seasoned in his prime, and a very young Benjamin Sesko. 46% to Osimhen's 45%. Guys, I'm not pitching here. I'm just presenting. He makes more passes than Osimhen, and obviously we need a player who can pass. He is a significantly better dribbler than Osimhen. And he wins more aerial duels than Osimhen, which is really important in terms of the Premier League and Chelsea's massive weakness in the air. And goals per shot on target is 4 times the amount of Victor Osimhen. Okay, didn't need that transition, but we had one. It's sounding kind of clinical. Yeah? I'm just going to look at this as well. This is understat.com. This is last season, where Nico Jackson had a pretty good debut season for Chelsea, 0.45 goals per game. Last season, again, he's younger than Nico, 0.83 goals per game. That is very good. Overperforming significantly his XG. Good finisher. Jackson, like always, underperforms his XG. Let's take away last season and look at this season only. He's still better goals per game than Nico. And again, he's still overperforming his XG. 0.4 expected, where he gets 0.48 delivered. He takes chances, guys. And again, as per usual, Jackson underperforming his XG. It's good, right? Right? I also want to show you this. We've definitely looked at this before. Of course, this is his X value page. He's a mobile finisher, as well as a target man because he's good in the air. His shooting's good. He can dribble, and he's very, you can see it, and he's very good in the air. Here, as you can see, his touch map, heat map, he plays quite literally all over the gaff, where I believe an Osimhen would be. In fact, let's get out of this. Let me find Osimhen. Yeah, so this is Osimhen. Look at his touch map. Goal hanger. Which I don't know. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for Chelsea. Obviously, you want someone in the box to finish, but because the striker in Maresca's system is so important in build-up play, maybe he wants less of this and will play in the Premier League. And I don't know. Maybe we will. If we're pressing up high, playing high, you just want someone to stay in the box and battle and score goals. Again, this absolutely is not a hit piece on Victor Osimhen, who is an amazing footballer and goal scorer, and I would be very happy with him. But thinking long term, yeah? Personal details. This is a 21-year-old striker who's had 2 full seasons in the Bundesliga, who's, again, long been scouted by Arsenal and Chelsea. Okay, let's look at his goals per 90 and everything. His polar shot here, through balls received, very strikery. Again, he's a dribbler. And successful cutbacks. Now, his non-penalty XG isn't very high, but again, his goals are high. So even though he's not generating those chances, he's scoring. Oh my god. Oh no, I thought that was. Sorry, I just saw this. I thought it was 1.7 XG, but that's expected assist. Again, he's overperforming. He's scoring more than he should do in terms of the value of chances. And again, he's a. Let's have a look. He's a dribbler, and here we go. Offensive arrow. Can you see it here? Offensive arrow here in the bottom left, which is memories. Aerial ELO rating optimization. It's basically he's really good in the air, which I'm, to be honest, like a striker who can just win headers and play really good in the air at the moment for me and this Chelsea team is like, I just spat on my mic. It's pretty appealing. I'm not going to say necessarily he's my preference, because I would be lying saying that, but he absolutely is warming to me, especially since watching, of course, that petulance from Jackson. I'm not Jackson out as a striker. I still, I've got to remain firm in my opinion. I think he's a good signing, good value, and I think he'll get better. Do I want him to be Chelsea's starting striker? Absolutely ruddy not. And I'm at the point now where all the linked strikers, your Seskos, your Delaps, your Osimhen's, Gyökeres isn't coming to Chelsea. Even Hugo Ekitike and others, I'll be like, yes, just bring centre forwards, actual strikers, and Mark Yu, apparently he's going to hang around. Chelsea really like him. He could be, push Jackson for that sort of backup striker. Why not? And we move from there. Guys, let me know your thoughts. As always, I'll thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy. A gentle reminder that there's daily content on the second channel, Football Yannick. There will be an automatic link in the top of the description to go check out that non-Chelsea content, but daily football content. And of course, should you want it, Football Therapy merch available, which should be like under the video, around the video, somewhere. Yeah, man, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the football. Peace out.